Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead, where today we are going to continue with food security and our Marvelous Beans series. We're going to be working with black beans today, and black beans are very exciting. So I'm looking forward to sharing with you the things that I've learned about black beans, along with a couple of recipes and a link to a video that we did some time ago also using black beans. Now, what we do with these series on individual beans is build on previous videos, the Bean Fundamentals video, which you should probably watch if you are unfamiliar with how to cook beans. Because in this video and these individual bean videos, we don't go into how to cook them. Rather, we start with the beans already cooked, and they are right here. We'll open that up in a minute. They just finished a few minutes ago. So black beans are very popular in the United States. They come out of South America. They're used in a lot of dishes down there. The video link at the bottom of your handout page is a Salvadorian recipe that was fantastic. So here is your handout for today. To find this, go to our web page, not our bookstore, but our web page. And then up at the top menu, click on recipes, and then scroll to the bottom. On that recipe page, you'll have one title that says recipes. Go down to the bottom, and then you will see a new section that is, we're building it right now with each additional handout, and that is called Marvelous Beans. And black beans will be there. You may want to have this in front of you as we proceed. So black beans are very, very nutritious. When I was doing our research on nutrient-dense foods, there were dozens and dozens and dozens of recipes that called for black beans. So they are used widely, especially in nutrient-dense foods. Now, if you don't particularly care for nutrient-dense foods, they're very close to pinto beans in nutrition. But I think we use them a lot because of their size, which is smaller, and because of their color, which adds a pop to most of the dishes that we'll be doing. Today, we're going to be doing black bean tostadas, which we're going to do first, and we're set up to do that right here. And then we are going to be doing a black bean and corn salad, which is very nutrient dense as well. Now, our tostadas are going to be a complete protein because we're going to be pairing the beans with tortillas, which is grain. And so we will have a complete protein when we're done. So the first thing that we're going to do with these tostadas is to fry 4 tortillas until they are crispy. You just do them a couple of minutes on each side. Now you can buy them already crispy, but you know, in difficult times, we could make our own tortillas and then we could crisp them up ourselves. So we're going to, and I have avocado oil in the pan. They need to be slightly browned so that they are crispy on both sides. So I will continue doing this until we have 4 that are suitable for our tostadas. So I'm just pulling the last one out of the oil right now. So we have all 4 right here draining. And I'm going to move this off the stove. And I'm going to put this pot up on the burner. Now in this saucepan, we have the salsa, the onion powder, the garlic powder, the cumin, and a salt and pepper. All we need is the beans, and then we're going to start cooking. Now here are our beans. They just finished cooking a few minutes ago. And we're going to need about 1 3/4 cups or 1 can of beans that need to then be drained and rinsed. So I'm going to put them in this strainer. And we're going to quickly rinse them. And then they're going in the pan also. So, turning the burner back on, we are going to add just a little bit of water to keep things from burning on the bottom. And we're going to cook this mixture for about 10 minutes. So we will be back when this is ready to mash and prepare for the tostadas. So this bean mixture, I'm mashing the beans, should thicken it up quite a bit. The reason that we cook this is so that the flavors can blend a little bit. With the salsa, we have added onions and tomatoes as part of the salsa, so that's given the flavor, along with a little bit of chili I'm talking about just the ingredients in the salsa, which have enhanced the flavor of the beans. And then, of course, the spices that we have added also help. So I'm just going to keep mashing this, and it's evaporating fairly robustly until I get to the thickness that I want. You can add more water. You can taste as you go. Oh, it's really good. It is a different taste than when we use refried beans that have been made from pinto beans. I really like the taste. And so now we're ready to put it together. So here we are with our mixture, and I'm going to put one tortilla down on the plate, and then we're going to cover it with a layer of this bean mixture. And since we're doing 4, I want to use about 1/4 of what's in the pan. And from here on out, it is your decision on how you want to, as my dad would say, decorate it. Some people don't use cheese on black bean tostadas, but Jim would be horrified if we didn't. So the cheese, the cheese is going next to the beans, and then we're going to do some lettuce, shredded lettuce, just like a regular tostada, and we're going to put on some tomatoes. And kind of for decoration, just some of these red onions that look so nice. Other toppings that you might consider could be avocado or sour cream. We do have some sour cream, and Jim will probably want some on his. But that's all there is to it. This is a fairly quick and easy meal after you have cooked the beans, and especially if you do advanced prep of the toppings. So we're going to move this aside now. And, oh, this looks so good. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to take a bite. I honestly don't know if I will ever make tostadas like this again with pinto beans. These black beans are fabulous, especially with the additions that we put in them before we mash them. So this is fantastic. So I'm going to put this aside, and we'll finish this up later for our lunch. So for this salad, the first ingredient that listed is 2 cups of frozen corn kernels that have been blackened. And I want you to see what blackened corn, many of you already know how to do this, but nothing could be simpler. And the directions for how to do blackened corn are not in this recipe. But all you do is what I did was take this frying pan, put a little bit of oil in the bottom, and this is exactly what it should look like when you're done. Just a tiny, not even a tablespoon of oil. And then I dumped the frozen corn in there and cooked it on medium-high, and just let it sit for, I don't know, 5-6 minutes on one side, and then I turned it over. I sprinkled it with a little bit of smoked paprika, just for a little bit of color. It's disappeared now, you can hardly see it. And then I stirred and then let it sit, and then stirred and let it sit. It took about 15 minutes to get some of these kernels to where they are a little bit blackened. You don't want them to burn. You will smell a little burning because there's burning on the bottom of the pan, but that's how you get the blackened corn. And the corn will actually start to pop when it's starting to blacken. Just a few of the kernels will do that. So it just gives the corn a little bit of an extra flavor bump. I left the pan as it was so that I could show it to you, so you could, if you've never done it before, so you could kind of get the idea. So there's our corn that's in. Next is 1 3/4 cups of cooked black beans, or 1 can of rinsed and drained. I rinse and drain our home cooked as well. This is the prettiest salad, so I'm draining them as I put them in here, getting them out of the liquid. So that's about 1 3/4 cups. And then I'm just going to rinse, and I'm rinsing with cold water. And those go in the bowl. And then next is our bell pepper, and I have green and orange bell pepper to go in, 1/2 cup of each, which I just used 1/2 pepper each. It was close enough to 1/2 cup. And then 1/3 cup of red onion diced. Oh, I forgot the tomatoes, so I'm going to put them in. And then the red onion and the cilantro. We love cilantro. I know some people don't like it. So you can see how pretty this salad is going to be. In this bowl, I have mixed together the dressing ingredients, which is the avocado oil, juice from 1 lime, chili powder, and the cumin. I've not yet put salt and pepper in. I'll do that at the end after we do a taste test. And so I'm just going to whisk this dressing together. Very colorful dressing as well. Pour it over the salad. And toss. Look how gorgeous. I really have to admit, I love black beans, and they're fairly new to our diet. We have not always used black beans, but in the last few years, as they have moved more to the forefront of bean cuisine, we have really grown an appreciation for these, and we are storing some in our long-term storage. We have done fast beans with these. I've talked a lot about fast beans. I will put the link to Bean Fundamentals and how to do fast beans at the end of this video. Okay, now time for a test. This salad improves with chilling, so we're going to stick it in the fridge in just a minute. It does need some salt and pepper. Now I'm going to mix it. This salad is so nutrient dense. High nutrition, low calories. Rinsing the spoon. Grabbing another bite. Oh. It's fantastic. By itself, it would be a great lunch to carry with you to work, or a great side for things like steak or burgers or something like that as well. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and we are going to have it a little bit later for our dinner this evening. So looking on our handout, we see that these black beans have about 118 calories and 8 grams of protein per half cup serving. They're very high in fiber and antioxidants, but like all beans, they have anti-nutrients, which prevent the digestion of some of the good nutrients. And so it is really important that we soak the beans and then cook them before we use them, just like we show in Bean Fundamentals. So thank you for being with us for another episode of Marvelous Beans, and please enjoy black beans, either canned or cook them yourself. You can also can them without any trouble at all or turn them into fast beans. So we will see you very soon for more videos.